What's good, guys? It's me, Gerald the Weeb here. I'm back again with another video. Oh, hold on. I had to turn on my light. I don't know if I messed up my recording or not. Yeah, it's at 14 seconds. I think I said my name. Anyway, this is the remake of Dio Phantom Blood, or should I just say JoJo Phantom Blood? Ha ha ha! Because and I don't even know why I just laughed. Okay, so Dio, you know Dio. He's from. I've been making parts about Dio for like the last 3 weeks now, and so I watched my first video and my second video again today, and they are just bad quality. So I'm just gonna remake them. And also, my first video is 1 minute, and I just talked for a whole minute, so it's not going to take me that long. And the other one was 6 minutes, so I'm just going to make this 10 minutes. Super easy, because I'm going to explain it all into one. Okay, so then I checked on my last video I made, a day ago. I'm like, oh, no views? No, oh, looks like my subscribers are not watching. And then I just press on it. It's like 1 view. I'm like, yeah, that's something. And then 2 views come out of nowhere, like a couple minutes later. I'm like, what is this? I don't know what's YouTube doing. They're making me confused. Anyway, let's get started. The story starts off at a carriage. A carriage. A carriage goes off a cliff, and Dario fire truck. I'm messing up his name. Dario Brando sees sees I'm so excited redoing it. It feels nostalgic for I keep saying last time because I'm so freaking far ahead. So Dio's father, Dario Brando, because Dio's not born yet, sees a carriage going off the cliff, and he runs down over there to with his wife and says, "Oh my God, there's a body. We need to go help them." And so Dario goes over to George Joestar, but he doesn't know that yet. Know his name. And now George is waking up. He says, "Please save my wife. She's pregnant." Pregos. And Dario said, "Okay, I'll go see if your wife is still alive." So he goes to see what's inside the carriage because he wants to hurry up and get them out of there because it's raining too. And he looks inside the carriage. He only sees a baby that came out of her stomach because the baby was I think she was giving birth, so that's why they were going to the place they were. And then the baby had a cord on, so Dario was like, this baby's not in good health. He cuts the cord and says, "Oh man, she didn't make it. I gotta tell him this after we get him out of here." So everyone else died besides George and Jonathan. Jonathan's the blue-haired guy right there, if you don't know. So so he's a baby. He's the baby from the carriage. Anyway, so Dario said, "Okay, Mr. Then George says, "Mr. George, just call me Mr. Joestar." So George, I'm gonna help you get into my carriage. I have one not so far away from here. Honey, get the baby. I'll carry him." So his wife grabs the baby and she heads back to the carriage. And Dario says, "Are you sure you don't want to take any of your belongings?" And George says, "You can keep all of them for yourself. You saved my life." And Dario picked up a stone mask. He says, "I think you should take that." So he put it in George's suitcase and he puts it back with George. So he says, "Okay, come on, George." And so he gets George inside of the cart. Yeah, his wagon. Yeah, his wagon. Anyway, so that will be the end of part 1 of my original video. So I'm gonna continue on to part 2 of the video. This will be technically part 2 of the What if Dio was good? So now Dario Brando has taken Mr. Joestar, or George, and Jonathan, the baby, to the hospital because they were probably injured. Okay, the only one who was injured was George. So George says, as he is being laid down in the hospital bed because Dario helped him into one. I had a heartburn for a minute. I don't know why I keep saying anyway. I'm just anyway guy now. I'm just an anyway guy. So guy. Dio's dad, Dario, says, "Okay, do you need anything else from me?" He says, "No, thank you so much." And then George passes away. Not like dies. No, he just passed out because he was in so much shock and in pain. So Dario says, "Okay, hopefully the hospital can help you, George." So Dario goes home with his wife, and then he goes to see, and now he's at home. He's at a home, and I'm not gonna continue like the stuff I said from my other parts because if you guys want to like know what happens after that part, because I'm skipping 12 years into the future, you can go watch those videos. You can still they might have bad quality on it, but you can still understand it. So now it's 12 years has passed, and Dio Brando was born because he was he her Dio's mother was pregnant with her at the same time with Jonathan. So Jonathan's a couple months older. So anyway, Dio is now 12 years old because it's been 12 years, and Dio's mom died 3 years ago due to sickness, and now it's happening to Dario Brando. So Dario Brando says, "Please, Dio, you need to promise me you'll be respectable and promise me you have a good life with the Joestars. George is doing his very best for me, and I thank him for that. Please, you have to thank him for me. I don't think I can make it to their manor." So Dio says, "Okay, Father, I promise. I'll be so respectful that you won't even know it's me." So Dio starts crying, but his father doesn't hear him because he passed away. I'm getting tired of saying that. It still tugs on my heartstrings. So Dio says, "I vow to be the best, for you, Dad. I vow." So Dio takes all of his stuff and leave his house home. So Dio is now in the carriage, and he's been okay. Yep, I'm about to end it soon because it's about to go up to part 3. I'm gonna make that probably tomorrow because I gotta listen to the quality on that one. So anyway, Dio makes it to the Joestar Manor because it's been an hour since he's been driving in the carriage. He wasn't driving it; someone else was. So Dio jumps out of the carriage in a weird way. He's like, "Ha!" and jumps out with the suitcase in his hand. He does a flip in the air, like, "Ha! I still got it." So Jonathan Joestar says, "Who are you? And why are you doing weird things?" And Dio says, "My name's Dio Brando. Nice to meet you." And Jonathan says, "Okay, my name's Jonathan Joestar. Nice to meet you." So anyway, why are you here? "I'm gonna be living here. Didn't your father tell you? Or Mr. Joestar?" So Jonathan says, "Oh, I have a new brother." So Jonathan says, "Okay, well, you can meet the family. This is Danny." So Dio would do something bad, and I'm doing the thing I said I wouldn't do. So Dio would hit the dog, so he's not going to do that because he's good Dio. He's good senpai. I'm going to freaking judge myself for saying that. So Dio says, "Oh, thank you. Oh, this dog's so cute." And I'm now realizing it. Oh my god. How can I forget about Danny? I forgot about Danny in my other parts. I wonder what happened to him. Oh man. Oh, well, that's gonna make it more sad. So I'm gonna add this. If you're watching this part, Danny dies in the fire with George. So watch that video if you know what I mean. So Danny dies in a fire. So we'll just say that. You'll understand when you get to the other parts. Just say that. Anyway, so Danny is like super nice to Dio and stuff. So he says, Jonathan says, okay, well I can walk you inside now, and that's where we'll leave off because that's where part 2 and part 1 ended. So I'll see you guys another day. Probably tomorrow after I finish my homework, but I'm starting to get a lot of homework. And also, it's nowhere near spring break because I don't know if I'm going to have it because I had a week off and I don't know if they're going to give me another week off. So I'll see you guys then.